Everybody, I want to talk to you about a subject. A subject indeed. The subject is the patriarchy. They will never, ever, be able to shut me up about the patriarchy because, man, I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about the patriarchy. So first, because this has been on my mind that I need to get it off right. So first we're going to start with hospitalized births. So I'm not a mama. One day, maybe, hopefully. I can't wait till I have my kids. It's just mothers. They are ultimately the source of... Let me put this somewhere. Yeah. Be hands-free, baby. Hands-free. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting my downloads in the sun right now. Guys, if you're not outside in the sun, doesn't matter how hot it is, you better get outside and soak in that sunshine. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Hospitalized births. Ooh. I'm in a little stretch at the moment. I've got my legs just together. Butterfly, basically. And yeah, hospitalized births. So there was a time before where they didn't have gynecology. Gynecology is a male-invented field. Gynecology was not cared for by women. Most of the time when women would give birth, they would have midwives and other females that they know what's going on. The elders, they would have the elders, they would have the aunties be knowing what's up, man. Even call it like that. They were just people that were known. They were just women that were known for helping transition in creation. Is so, where do you come from? I'm going to say your mama's womb, but at the same time, where else? Up from the heavens? Where does your soul come from? Because you definitely have a body that is facilitated and grown by your mother's womb. That's what stretches to make room for you. A man's heart, don't get me started, may or may not be the same, but a woman's womb stretches, expands to make space for you. So, hey man. Anyway, before the witch trials or after the witch trials, in between that time period, I'm thinking it's most likely after the witch trials and after the patriarchy began, which was actually just the overturn of the matriarchy, right? After all of that happened, and they'd kind of expelled that knowledge out from the younger generations, because we always have to remember that what those before us knew is not what we know now, because we didn't live in those times per se, but we do live in these times. So that's why it's so important to tell the girls of today, to tell the youth of today, to tell the young ladies, the young ladies that will go on to be mother and wives to sons and daughters. It's so important to spread that message, because that's what the patriarchy wants. It wants you to not know the truth. Period. It wants you to not know the truth. It wants you to not know the truth. Because if you knew the truth, then you're fucking powerful. If you know the truth, you know you're unstoppable. If you know the truth, you know that there's nothing to actually fear, that there's nothing actually outside of you, that there's, that there are things that are made up. But anyway, they used to have a doula. That is the term for it, a doula. A doula that would come, and either I think it would be a water birth, or she'd help guide you. But there is actually scientific research done to show that when a woman is giving birth, her brain is operating on the same wave patterns of those as DMT or psilocybin. To give birth in itself is the most psychedelic state one may ever enter, if done properly, right? Because what do the hospitals like to do? What do they like to do? They like to rush it. They like to I don't know, stick injections down you and, you know, not really help you breathe through it. Because you have to remember that there was a time where women were out there giving birth at home, in caves, in mountains, places like these. How did we do it before the male doctors came and told us what we need to be doing, how we need to be doing, and why we need to be doing? Ever stop and think about it like that? Because, yeah, man. When it is done properly, it could probably be the most freeing experience for a woman. I don't know. I mean, I've never given birth, so I wouldn't know. But all my mamas in the comments, if you're there, please tell me. Please tell me, what was giving birth like for you? Because my mom told me, and my mom was like, oh yeah. I mean, I think it depends on each. It's so individual. But at the same time, just the idea of hospitals, I'm thinking hospital lights. I'm thinking too many people around you, overstimulated. I'm thinking, why are you laying on your back when you should be squatting to let gravity do the work? That's what I'm thinking. I mean, when you shit, you're not going to shit laying on your back, are you? I mean, not to say that to birth a child is to shit, but you know, you shit some and you live some and you learn some and you birth some. So, big up to all the mamas. But no, for real, like, and I suppose that's kind of what the beginning is, because when a child is born in such a rushed state, in such a rushed manner, the lady's not allowed to take her time, then you think that what does that scope for the internal, external nervous system? Because this is just your beginning into life. This is when you come to life. And your mama's so stressed out because the doctor's been stabbing her in all the wrong places. Or sometimes they cut you open. I'm sorry, I'm so against C-sections. I mean, I know that they'll say the baby's life in danger, but like I said, there must be a time, yeah, the caveman time, the mountain man time, there must be a time where they did it without... How do you think they were able to go inside and check the position of the baby? We have to remember that this is all new technology. Wake up. And that's why I say, like, when it is done right, when childbirth is done right, in the right conditions, in the right manner, not in a rushed, totalized, dystopian state, maybe we can think more utopia, more Mama Bear in control, knowing that she is working with her body and not against her body. That's what we need to be thinking of as. So, yeah. Yeah, girl. Yeah. You is a queen. You is an empress. You is a goddess. Your body is beautiful. Your curves are just the way they need to be. Your tummy is beautiful. Everything about you is utterly divine, feminine. You stand in your power. You hold the portal between your legs. Sister, come on. You hold the portal between your legs. Please give yourself the respect. Don't believe what they want you to believe. They want you to see less than. You're not less than, but you're more than. You're more than. And that's beautiful. Beautiful. Like, as a woman, you are the closest to spirit, because you are the one that the channel is through for lives to come into play. Portal between your legs. Please treat it with respect. Please don't be giving it away. Please save yourself. Save yourself, because not everybody deserves you. Not everybody deserves you. Like, you are one in a million. 1 in a million. Not everybody deserves you. So when that law / bill / act / piece of legislation was passed, that if a woman had a mole around her body, that means she is a witch and we should be allowed to burn her alive and kill her. After that was passed, that was used as the basis for later on in America's abortion law. And that was the law from UK. That was the law that was from over here. So, European law, definitely really interesting. And everybody always goes on about EU and politics. I had no clue of politics when I was younger. I did not give a fuck. I didn't want to know what was going on. Not that I didn't want to know. I didn't know what was going on right now because I was too interested in what had actually gone on back then. And this from my fellow historians, because history is one piece of something. And to people who don't believe that the earth is actually older than we have been told, please think again. Please think again, because civilization has been going on for a millennia of time. And if you read, you know, about the earth and everything, and you know, archaeology really interests me. Guys, if you like archaeology, and this talks about more the great cosmic mother that we live on, then I have this beautiful recommendation for you, the Great Cosmic Mother. It goes into so much detail. I want every woman to read this to them to understand the roots that we hold, you know, the roots that we hold, because damn, they run deep, just like this earth, just like her waters run deep, just like her roots run deep, just like everything about her is deep. It is that deep, bruv, but it's not that deep at the same time. It's kind of like the Sirius star in the sky, because even with Sirius, there's like a duality. So it's serious, but it's not that serious, but it's serious, but it's not that, it is that serious. And at the same time, you just have to find that medium between understanding. All this rage you have is for good reason. All this rage you have is for good reason. Don't keep it inside you. Don't keep it inside you. Let it out. Let it out. You gotta find ways to let it out, girl. You gotta find ways to let it out. Because if you don't let it out and you let it in, out, like it will just keep building, keep building, keep building, keep building, keep building. And before you know it, like you've turned so bitter. You've turned so bitter before you know it. Because you've just been keeping the shit in, bro. Sometimes the crash out is sacred. Give yourself permission to crash out sometimes, I'm telling you. Sometimes the crash out is sacred. And I know everyone will say, oh, but you know, find healthy hobbies and healthy. Healthy will feel different to everyone. What's healthy for you will not be healthy for anyone else. Healthy is different. Everything is different for everyone. But one thing women have in common, and that is hate for the patriarchy. And I'm sorry, I know that the conditioning runs really deep in some women, because it's kind of like, because it's now ancestral as well, isn't it? And now I'm talking about girls, rise up. Rise up, guys. Like, you're expected to be everyone for everything. A placeholder, a plate holder, a table, a chair, a therapist, a weeping willow. Like, you're meant to be everything for everyone and nothing to yourself. Wallahi, that's what's like expected in most like, because it runs so deep in our women, right? It runs so deep. It runs so deep. It runs so deep in the blood. In the bloodline. Come on, you know what it's like. You are the one that must break those generational curses. You are the one that must break free. You are the one that will break the pattern. You are the one that must break the loop, or the pattern will continue tomorrow. And you don't want it to continue, do you? You don't want it to continue. Nah, you want to break it. You want to break free, baby. Break free. The fuck? The fuck, how decenter people that don't understand your power. Albeit family. Decenter people that don't want to even see you in your power. Even if it's family. Decenter people. They're just people. We all decided to come down here. We all came through the same door. The door is the womb. We all came through the womb. Hey, and Tupac said it best. I think it's time to kill for our woman. Make love to our woman. Be real to our woman. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. Rest in peace, rest in peace. You know? The fact for you. And that's quite literally just the reason why women give birth on their backs instead of squatting in the natural position, is because there is a French king called Prince Louis, I don't know, the 5th, the 6th, the 17th, 967th fucking, sorry, Yeah, who knows? So, fetishized that, you know, he likes seeing new birth coming into life. I mean, hey, but it was more so you decided that woman should be laying to feel the pain. And that goes into religious connotations as well, because, you know, apparently God should, you know, give us pain in this life. And one of the pains is childbirth. But what if childbirth is not painful, but maybe one of the most pleasurable experience, because we forget the clitoris has many, many nerves. Many, many nerves for a reason, and its sole purpose is for pleasure, in case y'all don't know. And I mean, I know that you guys don't hear it in the news much. I mean, I know we hear news about all the genocide in the world, and it's a shit fucking reality to face, but tis the reality of the world that we must actually open our eyes to and understand how precious life is every fucking moment. Because, oh my God, they be out there killing everyone. And you guys probably haven't heard about the woman in Afghanistan. It's illegal for them to speak. It's illegal for them to be seen, not covered. It's illegal for them to be outside. It's illegal for them to speak. I need you to understand this. It's illegal for them to speak. If they are heard, they are dead. And it's crazy because you look at Afghanistan, and I think it was a similar situation in Iran as well. You look at the stuff that was going on in the 60s, 70s, it was so much more revolutionary than what's going on now today. You'd expect with times moving forward, we're moving forward in time, but then you see the dire state of the world in your eyes. Why are we moving backwards? Why are we not moving forward? Because like I said, if we know what's actually going on, if we know where these pieces of legislations and rules and amendments that came onto us, because usually we've just gotten so good at blindly following that no one asks questions anymore. Why did we stop being curious? Even George was curious, guys. Come on, step up. Curious George is calling you back home. Stay curious, ho. Ask questions. Research. Know why. Don't just blindly follow. Know why. Ask why. And if they don't tell you why, you figure out your why. Your why is not the same as everyone else's why. Your why is important. Your why is important. Because you look at our grandmothers and it's like, okay, but you know, they never questioned any of this. They probably didn't have the tools to understand. They probably didn't have the tools to understand the things that we do now, you know? So we have to make use of everything that is available to us. We have to make use of the power we hold in today's time, in today's day and age, because we can't go back and change what's gone and happened. Like, we're talking 500 years of witch trials. We're talking a big portion in history, guys. We're talking the part of history that the schools will die before they ever teach you. I'm sorry. We're talking about the type of shit that no one wants to know about. The type of shit they try to wipe out from the ends of the earth. But you know one thing I love about humans? They will leave their imprint everywhere they go. You may not like them, but they are actually a part of this earth, and they have left their imprint in all the places that humans have still tried to hide. Female archaeologists are the ones that are able to find. So it's really interesting. Even when you look at the archaeology fields, it is mostly just male archaeologists hiding the truth. That, you know, the earth always belonged to those of creation. And it was a time where we actually lived in harmony with the earth. I believe there was a time in which we lived in harmony with earth and her resources. But this was before we started killing her animals, guys.